What's good, YouTube? It's your man, Tony back at it with another reaction video. I know it feel like I've been gone for a minute. Even though it's been like a few days, it's still been feeling like a minute. But right here, the topic we got is 2016 the best year? Why was everybody obsessed with the year 2016? Listen, right off rip, I'm going to say 2016 was one of the best years. We had Cavaliers and the Warriors rivalry. That's when the NBA was at its peak. We had the best music. Some of the greatest classics music came out on that time. YouTube seemed different. Like, I feel like everything was just different. The air was different. The sun was shining different. I don't know about you, but I feel like, that might be a true statement that 2016 is definitely top 5. But listen, I ain't gonna get into all that right now. We about to get to the reacting. Was 2016 the best year? Without further ado, let's get into the video.
It would seem many are describing 2016 as the best year ever, pairing captions about that era with images that look like utopia. It comes down to many in Gen Z romanticizing 2016 as the year that was truly the last good one, as that was likely when they were in middle school and perhaps had less responsibilities, compared to now as
you remember Pokemon Go? Pokemon Go? Oh my gosh! Yo, the nostalgia is hitting for me right now. I ain't gonna hold you. Pokemon Go is like a staple in 2016. Even though it felt more like 2015, but it was still prime 2016. It's like, damn, I don't know what it was. Like, everything was just different. Like, the sun was just shining different. Like, everything just felt vibrant. I don't know what it is, and why do we all feel that way collectively? I don't think that's a coincidence. Maybe we went into some damn time warp zone or what's those things called, a portal? I don't know, because it is no way in hell we all felt the same way. Can't be.
Oldest Gen Z is pushing 30. What's interesting is that during the mid-2010s, it was considered by some as the worst year ever, as it was the year Harambe died, and many relate it specifically to that event. It also turns out there's been research into how time affects people's perceptions of what was good and bad in their lives. This YouGov survey found that Gen Z believes the 2010s were the best years for music, whilst millennials found the 1990s to be the best. As a result, it makes sense as to why so many Zoomers are claiming 2016 to be the best year ever, and millennials created so many only 90s kids remember accounts back in the day, because both groups believe those eras to be the best, coinciding with their tastes in music peaking.
I don't know what it was. Like, it was like everything. It was the music, it was the air, it was just the relationships, the nostalgia. Like, I don't know what it was about 2016. We don't say 2015, we don't say 2017, which I agree had years of good music, had years of nostalgic memories. It's not like it was that far off as a difference, but it seems like 2016 is like in a league in its own. I don't know what it is about that year, but it's just, I don't know. Like, I'm telling you, we entered like a damn portal or something. I don't know what it is and why we all collectively feel that way. I don't know. I agree, it's one of the best years, if not the best.
There are plenty of memes that reference the fact that nostalgia can truly have a blinding effect on the perception of time. You might have seen the guy on the computer being upset thinking of the past, or Wojak's depressed but thinking times used to be better, when in reality it's just exactly the same, or of course the bro wake up trend.
I don't want to sit here and say like any time after or before 2016 was depressing. I don't think it was. I think that was just a prime year where just everything peaked. It was a prime year in politics. It was a prime year in movies, media, music, entertainment, relationships. Some people were just graduating college. Some people were just even though it's like that yearly, but it just felt different in 2016. I don't know what it is and why we all felt that way, but I don't know. It was just such a weird time. It was really definitely a weird time. But it's like everything was like in its prime. Like, that was like the last of when everything was good, like during that time, to everyone, apparently.
Humans are really, really good at creating narratives in their brains and misremembering old times, constructing stories with rose-tinted glasses. Chances are people were just as worried, confused, and unsure about things in 2016 as they are now. It's true that the world has gone to shit somewhat, especially in the past 5 years, with inflation rising and the housing market well and truly out of reach, but you gotta remember that things weren't all peaches and cream 10 years ago either. The economy was still recovering from the global financial crisis, and people were still struggling to get jobs and had less buying power than prior generations. It's just that since 2020, everything has rocketed into turbo bad mode, and comparatively...
Yo, this is gonna be an unpopular opinion, but 2020 was low-key up there with 2016. I'm not going to say it replaced 2016. As I'm concerned, 2020 is looked at as like one of the most depressing times of the decade. You know, we had the pandemic. We had a whole global lockdown. Everybody was wearing masks. But I realized that was a time where it's like, it was a lot of reflection. You know, people got back to playing Xbox. People got back to, you know, hanging around each other, even though you had to be six feet away from each other. But I don't know, something about 2020 was just as good. It was like 2016 to 2020 was like prime. I say was like prime. 2016 all the way to 2020. 2017 was you know, I say it's one of the best years too. You know, especially from the memories I have. But 2018, 2019. I'll say 2020 was low-key up there. I don't know. I'll say 2020 is right behind 2016. Everybody act like 2020 was that bad. Bro, 2020 was not that bad.
Speaking, it's far worse now for young people than ever before. In short, the idea that 2016 was the best year ever stems from nostalgia of that time, with the internet's biggest demographic, Gen Z, likely pushing the narrative. But it's also worth noting that it is considered by some as one of the worst years of all time, as generations reminisce about their favorite eras when they were younger. What meme would you guys like me to give a lesson in next? Let me know.
Listen, I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say this once. 2016 was definitely one of the best years. You know, I would attest to this. I'm sure you would attest to that. It just was. I don't know what it was. We were just on a different frequency during that time. You know, and I don't know if that feeling or that time period is ever going to come back. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. Like, I don't want to say everything got sadder and everything got more depressed, but it was just something about 2016 that just felt more highlighted, I would say. There were still some good years after and before 2016, but something about 2016 was just highlighted. Like, it was just peak. I don't know. I can't put my finger on it. I really can't. But y'all let me know what y'all think. Y'all think 2016 was the best year? I'm going to say yes. It was one of the best years. Y'all let me know. You know, hit that comment down below. Let me know what you think. Or if you have another year that you think was better than 2016, please list it right down below. Let's get into some dialogue. Let's see the people's opinions, because I want to hear from you. So make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, comment down below. Listen, we're going to be making some more reaction videos either today or tomorrow. Like I said, we're reacting all 2025. So make sure you stay tuned in. Hit that notification button. I just want to give all praises to the Most High God and my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. You just tuned in with another video with Turn Me Up Tony. And I'll see you guys on the next reaction video. Peace.